It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Commanders and the Eagles just ahead on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he's had a great season so far, throwing the... likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in the age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Jeremy Chin right there to knock that away.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. You talk about this Washington defense.
They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Throwing is Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Here's Hurts to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hurts.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Looking to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Bust through the tackle. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air goes Daniels.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Up the middle with Barkley. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts over the middle to Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Now Brown, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's Daniels.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
Ball start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Option play. Here's Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On second down, another shot for Robinson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. To throw is Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down. Daniels looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll run this one right with Robinson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 2 yards is the pickup, and Washington set up now 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Robinson again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it.
And this time he is in. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Hardman on the return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go around. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Runs through the contact. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Bates' kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw.
Quick throw to Barkley.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Barkley, inside handoff. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. And now a pause because we got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Hurts going to keep it again. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, it was so close. That close to the first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
The kick by Elliott is good.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they can come out looking real sharp in the second half.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He gets it complete to Harris. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd and 11. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This time they stay on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Washington.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17.
As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Josh Palmer, up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Rams still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tapped. Slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to have the Commanders' first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Robinson on a give right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. To try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Here's Hardman to return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Thomas, the man in motion left. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It was Brian Cook who made the tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
He gets it to Thomas. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He dumps it off to Barkley.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To the air goes Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Throwing is Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. And That's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Second and a couple. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert from 21 yards away. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Robinson with another carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
No whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Play action. Now it's Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Daniels looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable. Never got going. Loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
To throw is Daniels.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Bates' kick is good.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jermaine Johnson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll look to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw here. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This short throw caught by Goddard. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Robinson up the middle.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Daniels. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Thomas has got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. 2nd down and 4. Back to throw again. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Hurts sets up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. He dumps it off to Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith from 17 yards out. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Washington, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.